Hello, fight philosophers. We had an amazing weekend. Mexico City, amazing Saturday night. Wow, the Mexican fighters always bring that Mexican fighting spirit. Am I right? That's why we have the party glasses. Okay? And they're kind of a little hard to see through, so they may have to come back intermittently. But you know what? Let's go over this card, the highs, the lows, so many laughs, so many tears. Yes, and it was amazing. I feel like there has never been a time when a card in Mexico hasn't delivered. I Come on. It's impossible. The crowd is electric. There are so many amazing Mexican fighters and they all showed out. Okay? Every single one of them, win or lose, put on a amazing performance. We'll start from the beginning and we'll make our way to the end and give you there's a fabulous cat stretch. Oh boy. Yes, to accompany a fabulous dynamic breakdown, we had a lot of dynamic fights. Okay, lots of dynamic instability all over this card. And our first fight, we had a little bit of a weird one to start off. Lightweight, split decision match ended up being Markel Medeiros versus Austin Hubert. Shout out Illinois, shout out Midwest. That was a interesting one. We got to see Bruce looking sharp right away. And you know what? The rest of the crew not looking so bad themselves either. Okay, Laura looked amazing. Her blazer was so perfect. It was so Mexico City, La Ciudad de Mexico. It was amazing. Loved it. Spring, flowers, wearing the botanical shirt right now. Everyone was looking good. Everyone was looking good. We had a bit of a shoe disaster. I couldn't decide right away if I liked Anthony Smith's all brown situation, but then with the shoes, I was like, yes, absolutely. Had it, especially in comparison to the shoe disaster. Anyway, the fights. Okay. First fight, lots of backpack wearing. Hubbard really enacted his game plan, stick to the wrestling and be sticky, sticky, sticky. And he did a pretty good job of that. But Medeiros was still able to land a little bit more strikes. And then in that final round, he found his moment of control. Couple of weird moments, couple of weird grappling situations, a little bit of a chair, a human chair, some sit-a-roos. So that was fun. But that was a pretty decent way to start the night. A little bit of a odd split decision. But yeah, Medeiros just did a little more in there. And then right after that, we had some fireworks. Jamal Emmers versus Gabriel Miranda ended quickly. Jamal put him to sleep very quickly, and up until that point, he was hitting basically every shot. I mean, he looked so good in there, and it makes sense. He's been really looking forward to getting back in the octagon, and you could sense that urgency, okay? And it was starting to look like the party was getting started. Starting to look like it. Things were heating up. Yes, they were. So we had next Rafa Garcia versus Vink Pichel, or Vink Pickle. I wish it was Vink Pickle. Anyway, that one fight was really fun. A lots of really good exchanges at the beginning. Round two, had a little bit of a eye poke situation, but we got over it quickly. You could see Rafa was headhunting, really looking to get Vink out of there, maybe with a finish. But he was getting stopped with a lot of front kick body strikes that eventually really did start to wear Rafa down for sure. And you could see that there's a little bit losing in the gas tanks. But my favorite moment in that fight was in that third round when you could hear both corners were going insane. Vink's corner specifically, though, absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, you couldn't even hear the commentary table anymore. I think I heard "be a dog" at least 8 times. 3 in a row. Be a dog, be a dog. It was great. I love that because, the urgency was there. Couldn't tell, it was a pretty close fight. And Garcia was looking ahead, especially in the first 2 rounds. So Vink was definitely looking for that finish. And then my favorite thing that I heard was, "Who cares?" Because that is so Vink Pichel. Who cares? It was great. Oh, I love that. And the crowd got progressively louder as the night went on, so we don't hear the coaching shenanigans like we're in the Apex. So, I'm sure there were other fun coaching Something weird over there. Don't mind her. Lots of other weird coaching moments, I'm sure, but that was really funny. Who cares? Yeah, what a fight. So that was our first what a fight moment. And at that point, it was looking like a party. Okay? But we can't get ahead of ourselves. No, I just. Anyway, and then, okay, so Star, what a fight. We had another what a fight right after that. Lupi Godinez, number 11, going against Julie Pilastri. Lupi seriously enacted her game plan, and it was so fun to watch. I mean, she is a really crisp striker, but she doesn't shy away from that athleticism and goes for the takedowns. Okay, mixes in those level change. It really is so exciting to see because it reminds you of why mixed martial arts specifically have their own unique excitement. Boxing is so much fun, grappling matches are so much fun, but when you really get to see somebody effectively combine all the elements like that and really want to utilize them, like it's very cool to see her desire to get on the ground. Okay, and that was awesome. And she had a crazy takedown. Lupi gets Julia with an insane power bomb slam, and we got another terrible DC drawing moment from that. Oh my goodness. Some of his drawings are so ridiculous. Like, I guess while you're watching him draw them, sometimes it makes sense, but I feel like 80% of the time it is absolutely whacked out. And this one, no. It didn't help. I love that he's excited, but it didn't help me understand. But that was crazy. That was amazing. She got a couple of other takedowns and was landing some really good strikes. So, Lupi definitely really controlled those first 2 rounds and did her game plan. We get to round 3, and somehow we're talking about shit right away. And I'm like, guys, focus. Okay, John is being a weirdo. And he makes Laura bring it up because she heard Lupi's corner talking about her needing to use the bathroom. And I was literally like, what are we doing? Focus, focus, focus. Anyway, Lupi was definitely starting to fade and taking some insane shots, and Julia was showing some crazy heart and living up to that name, Psycho. She looked like a zombie in there, walking towards her with her hands down and unfazed by taking shots. I mean, she knew she had to finish it. DC's yelling out, "It's like a scary movie." It was just seeing Julia march down to go try and get Lupi, but ultimately didn't get the finish, and so couldn't get the win because she lost those first 2 rounds pretty definitively. So pretty clear 29-28 unanimous decision for Godinez, and that's her 8th UFC win, which is just so cool. She is just such a legend in the works. So many amazing accomplishments. Wow. And Julia got that last round for sure. So what an exciting fight. That's our second star for what a fight. And the party continues. Okay? At this point, it's feeling like a party. It's feeling like a party. We're going into our next fight. C-Rod versus Melky Costa. Melky Zayo making a pretty quick turnaround from his previous fight against Andre Fili just literally a month ago. But all good. Didn't take a lot of damage. Got that sub win in the first round. So he was ready to go. And turns out he booked that fight within 1 hour of his fight against Andre Fili. Maybe a little overzealous. That's okay. C-Rod and Melky are just so incredibly deep souls. 2 guys are just so cool, so nice, 2 amazing men. It was the softest glove touch I've ever seen in my life. It was it was just I've never seen that. It was so soft and so gentle. First round, basically all clinched, but there was one little fight for an anaconda choke a little bit at the end. Round 2, start with some strikes, clinch up again. Melky finds that knee. We end with him getting a little bit of ground on top. Getting it in there, right? Okay. Round 3, we're exchanging, and it's really looking like Costa is just doing more overall. C-Rod is playing a little bit of catch up. He's answering for sure. And really going for it. I think he landed a little bit of less than half of his takedowns by the end. 6 out of 15 of his takedowns landed. So, here and there, turning it up, but not quite enough. So the decision goes to Costa, and he is on a 2-fight win streak, a 2-fight win streak against 2 dogs. Okay, so those are probably his biggest, not probably, okay, those are definitely Melky's 2 biggest career wins right now, against Andre Fili and now against C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez. Okay, so that is very cool. Snaps and claps to Melky for putting on an incredible performance and getting past the subby submitterton. Yeah, that was one of the biggest subby submittertons of the night. And you know what? The glasses have to stay on, okay? Because it got a little wonky. The party kept going. Next fight, we had Jose Medina versus Ateba Gautier. And wow, the silent assassin Gautier, oh boy is he. It was a quick end. Yes, the fight did not last long. Ateba just knew exactly what to do. And, you know, he hit Jose right away. And we got that classic, like, smile, like, oh, I like the pain. You know, Jose's trying to act like, yeah. And, you know, gives him the, like, yeah, come and get me. And so Ateba was like, for sure. And he, you know, he came and got him and slept him. And that fight was over. It was shorter than the walkout. Okay? That's all you need to know. No, it's not. What you need to know is that Ateba Gautier, only 22 years of age, is a KO machine, and he has some potential to shake up this middleweight division. This was his UFC debut, and what a debut, of course. Don't really know exactly what he's capable of because that was a bit of a talent mismatch. Okay? And the party glasses slide off. And they slide right back on. Because the main card is here. So that was our featured prelim. Open and shut case. We make it to the main card. DC is loving the mariachi music. And, you know, we had a bit of a disappointing announcement that Mr. Body Bags, Joe Pfeiffer, is ill. Really a last minute pullout on that fight that I didn't even know. I didn't even know until the main card that fight was lost. Okay, so it shows you how out of the loop I was. And that made me take the glasses off because I really wanted to see that. Okay, everybody weighed in. It was really like a last minute. Yeah, hope Joe feels better. Hope they can rebook that fight specifically. Okay, in a couple weeks. That would be cool. All right, but we're not done with our star symbol, what a fight. Ronaldo Rodriguez against Kevin Borjas. Ronaldo Rodriguez coming in with a lot of hype, definitely. That man's mouth is huge. Anyway, okay. Wow, that fight was really incredible. Really big start. It was fireworks right away. It was fury. It was delight. Looking exciting. And Borjas was landing. Okay, progressively throughout the rounds, he was just getting more and more counters. Every time that Ronaldo was trying to press to go and get Kevin, Kevin was able to hit him on the back foot. That is really legendary. That was very legendary. Wow. Party glasses back on. Kevin seriously looked like a mastermind in there. Everything that Ronnie was throwing at him, Ronnie as I'm nicknaming him myself, okay, Ronaldo. Anyway, anything that Ronnie was throwing at him, whether it was a punching classic combo or if it was some crazy high kick, some weird spinning thing, because, you know, Ronnie likes to do some weird stuff, Kevin was seeing it. He was seeing it completely, and he was so quick. Like, some of Kevin's counters, like my slow human eyes, like they couldn't perceive it because of how fast he was responding. And that was amazing. Oh my gosh. Counter City, what a fight on that one. Congratulations, Kevin Borjas. Unanimous decision win. Really showed his technical soundness out there. And he really needed that. Kind of been a little bit up and down in the past few fights. Really, really solid win over Ronaldo Rodriguez. Oh my gosh. Congratulations to the Peruvian. And then we move on to bantamweights. We had a flyweight, fly out, okay, and then we got our bantamweight banger, Dr. David Martinez versus Simon Oliveira. Okay, debut for David Martinez, and oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, okay, so we had two very quick debuts, open and shut case. We're talking overhand, we're talking knee, we're talking chase. And he hit him. Hit him down, chased him, hit him a couple of more times. And Dr. Martinez made quick work out of Simon Oliveira. Wow. And as Laura said, what can't this man do? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Very exciting to see. Bantamweight, that is a thick division, so lots of tests. Yeah, it's a night of counters, as it often is in martial arts. A night of counters, but we had some especially amazing counters. I mean, Borjas basically exclusively ran that fight on counters. Amazing. And David Martinez, what a series of counters and a deadly knee. The violence is coming in. The party glasses are staying on. And then things got serious. Okay, things got personal. Not really. I just think that Vince Morales is such an interesting person, and I was really excited but a little bit nervous to see him get back in there after a pretty quick turnaround from a decision loss just a month ago, going against massive hype train Raul Rosas Jr., Raul Chiwiwi Rosas Jr. There was a lot of Chiwiwis going on. A lot of Chiwiwis before Chiwiwi even got the victory, because he is just such a massive hype right now, okay? And Raul Rosas Jr., he proved to be a smart little boy. He gets a massive takedown and enters some massive control space. I think that round had more than 3 minutes of full control for Raul Rosas Jr., but it was exciting nonetheless. It was absolutely a roll around, okay? Battling for position, but Raul was just able to stay in control up until a little moment at the end when Vince almost ish was going for his classic necktie choke, but Raul, again, proved to be a smart little boy. He stayed really patient in there and finished that first round strong. Round 2, same exact story. We are quickly on the ground again, and Rosas is all over him. He is all over Vince, and Vince is just eking to get him off him. Not a lot of big threats coming from Rosas in terms of an actual submission or really bringing that to fruition. Always a little bit too high up, but exciting nonetheless. Rolling around. That's it, all of round 2. So we have two full rounds of control for Rosas Jr. Vince knows going into that third round that he's got to finish it, and if he doesn't, that's it. Didn't work out. Okay, smart little boy again. They're in the grappling exchange. It's looking like, again, there's another almost choke moment. He's giving the thumbs up. Rosas, classic. He's, Vince has got him in his favorite position. Altering between that necktie, maybe get a little Darcy up in there. But yeah, that 20-year-old, he made a statement. He stayed calm. He stayed patient. He got that decision win. The Chiwiwis erupt from the crowd. And that's his 5th win in the UFC. It's amazing. Only 20 years old, and he has won 5 times. Yeah. That was a very, very fun grappling exchange. Really exciting. Just reminds us all that you can have an exciting fight that takes place entirely on the ground. Yes, that was cool. We have 3 fights to go. All right. Fight number 4. Lots at stake here as well. CJ Vergara versus Edgar Chairez. We got a flyweight belt. Again, this one, the party glasses, they come off, they go back on. This one ended in a flash. Okay, Edgar has had a little bit of a rough go in the UFC. Not exactly coming into the promotion, also with a chip on his shoulder, has things to prove. And what a significant performance he put on. All right, he used his reach, right? Number 1. Used his reach very effectively, proved his power, rocked CJ, okay, hit him clean, and he thought to himself, I could chase him down, I could hit him some more, or I could jump on his back, and I could do what I do best, choke. And he did. Round 1, a little over 2 minutes in, we get that rear naked choke after rocking CJ. Edgar gets so emotional because he needed that. Okay, he needed that win, and not only that, but he's had a bit of a rocky road to the world of the octagon, okay? And he tells us fans that his grandfather, RIP, no longer with us, actually sold his truck to pay for Edgar's surgery so that he could get back in and fight like the warrior he is. So a lot of emotion. A lot of emotion, and I respect that. Yeah, but wow, what a finish for Edgar Chairez's first main card appearance. I mean, amazing. First time ever getting the opportunity to fight in Mexico, and wow, he really showed up. He really showed up. I'm so excited to see what's next and just excited to see Edgar get some momentum, okay? He really deserves that. What a guy. Co-main event. Yeah, we made it. Everybody knew something was going to go down here. Something intense, something violent. You know, I was thinking to myself, yes, Jimmy? Come along. I was thinking to myself that these two absolute dogs were going to go to war for the full 3 rounds, and it was going to be a bloody mess. It was going to be the bloodiest, messiest, nastiest fight of the night. And I was wrong. There was violence, yes, but we ended quick. And you know, this is so weird. For some reason, I saw Mike Beltran and I was like, Mike's got us, you know? He's got us. He's gonna ref us through this one. He's gonna sanction this violence. Oh no. And we had a late stoppage. That I don't think is a controversy. It was late. Okay, Manuel hits Drew clean and Drew falls to the ground. And his fighter instincts, you know, have him going for the single leg. But after a couple more rocks to the temple from Manuel hitting him as he's on the ground, he's out. Okay? And then the fists keep coming. And that head is just bobbing. Okay, the head is just bobbing. Laura almost has a Dan Hardy moment where, you know, stop the fight! Yeah, we almost have one of those. But we do stop the fight, and Drew is so out of it that when they stand him back up, you know, classic. Okay, it's not classic, but if you're a fighter, if you like Drew Dober have the most pro fights out of anybody on that card, okay, your instincts are gonna kick in, and he's in fight position, but he's like wobbling around. He doesn't know where he is. Well, he knows he's in the octagon. He doesn't know the fight has been stopped. The doctor's like trying to explain to him, no, sweetie, the fight is over. And he's like, what? He is straight up confused. He did not know the fight had been stopped. Oh no, get this man to the hospital. Yeah, it hasn't been looking great for Drew lately. I mean, a really long, really lengthy career. So many fights in the UFC. And like I said, most pro fights out of anybody on that card. Woof. That was a toughie. 2 absolute weirdos step into that cage, and El Loco takes out one of them. Hope he recovers. Hope he's all right. Manuel Torres. Wow. That guy does not know decisions. That is like, yeah. We'll see how long it goes. How long his reign of pretty much never going to decision. Wow. But what a great comeback, too, from a previous TKO loss. So getting some momentum there. Yes. And we make it to our main event. Oh my gosh. Wow. Steve Erceg going against Brandon Moreno. Steve number 8, Brandon number 2. Brandon, the legend. Brandon coming in with lots of momentum, lots of support. I would say probably the most cheers versus boos of the night. Okay, party begins again. The party never stopped. These glasses are just a little hard to see through. But they're fun. They're fun and cool. Okay. Laura had a great quote. You don't have a flyweight Mount Rushmore without Brandon Moreno. Yes, if you were to build a monument of legendary flyweights, Brandon is on that list, okay? And he is same. He is so serious in that walkout. You know how it is. He looks so serious when he's walking out there, zoned in, and then as soon as he wins, it's like he changes personalities completely. The relief, you can see it wash over him, and he goes back to his giddy, fun, silly, Funko Pop collecting self. Someone said, John or somebody was like, this is Brandon Moreno's 5th fight, or, oh my God. This is Brandon Moreno's 10th 5-round fight appearance. Oh my gosh, he is just a main event king. Yes. Brandon Moreno out there in the mosh pit, covering his eyes with one arm and swinging with the other one. Okay, not really, but kind of. And he does this thing that makes me so nervous, where he's like putting his chin out like as a tease, like trying to. And oh my gosh, I think he needs to stand up a little bit straighter because his shoulder and his head are absolutely in line with each other. And it's a little much. That head is a little low. Those hands were dropping. I saw a lot of that. A lot of that. That is not great. But hands are always coming back to up here, so he's able to defend a lot. But, it's just, please let me know if you agree that that is the weird thing about Brandon Moreno is there are times when he's putting together some really amazing combinations, some really crisp, amazing combinations that get him that reputation for excellent boxing. But there are times when he is throwing some nasty, ugly, haymaker looking type strikes. The types of stuff that people make fun of DDP for. Whatever that is. And his head is, right where a knee would be. But no knees. The fight was entirely on the feet, except for a little bit of ground control right at the end, all for Brandon Moreno. So, Brandon Moreno is landing more, pushing most of the fight, gets to finish it all on top. Yeah, a little bit of a ground and pound moment as well at the end there. But yes, unanimous decision for Moreno, 49-46. Lots of emotion again. We're crying. And again, you see he wins the relief. He is relieved. He is happy. He is emotional. Wow, back in Mexico City again. Brandon Moreno is just such a star. And DC gets to say for the second time that night, speak to the emotion that you're feeling, okay? Lots of tears. Yeah. What an amazing night in Mexico City. What an amazing night in the mosh pit at the end there. Okay, got a little moshy. My two favorite fights of that night are Lupita versus Julia Pilastri, because what a war. And if that went on for 2 more rounds, who knows what would happen. And then my other favorite fight was Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas, because Kevin Borjas won that fight on his back foot, which is just a pretty hard thing to do. And it was super exciting. That was really cool. It was great to see the energy dialing up in both of those fights. Got to end really exciting. What about you? Did you have a favorite fight, or who's your performance of the night fighter? Okay. Did you think that Brandon Moreno was in the mosh pit as well? Were we getting that energy? I would like to know. Who do you think had the best outfit? I think it was clearly Laura. That blazer was amazing. Anthony Smith, though. I do decide I'm in favor of the brown. The all brown suit. Got a brown shirt on myself. Okay. Toodaloo.